Welcome back to Portugal as we get ready for another glorious day of Formula 2 action. There's 2.9 miles of track at Portimao and a total of 15 turns, 9 to the right and 6 to the left. There's a lot of elevation changes here, plenty of things for the drivers to be mindful of as they consider their braking and acceleration. Pay close attention to the DRS zone on the final straight. Whatever overtaking chances there are today, that's where a lot of them are likely to occur. As we await the start of another hugely anticipated Formula 2 race, I'm joined again by Davide Valsecchi. Davide, as a former GP2 champion, can we get some insight to what is running through these young drivers' heads as they sit out on the grid?
Ciao Alex, it's a pleasure to be here. There are nervy moments, there is no doubts about that. Mental strength is the key to remaining calm and focusing on the upcoming race. Formula 2 is so competitive and all of these drivers knows that they are going to be pushing each other all of the way. In this sport, you have to be able to control your nerves.
Here is the grid for today's race, which will be starting shortly. Jehan Daruvala lines up on pole position, with Daniel Ticktum alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Joe, Sonoda, Sean Gelael and Lundgaard, Armstrong, Schumacher, Delatraz, Jack Aitken, Schwartzman, Eilert, Felipe Dragovic and Samaya, Piquet, Mazepin, Matsushita and Artem Markelov, Alesi, Giotto, Sato and Roy Nissany completes the grid. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down. Check your MFD for a new strategy option. The gap between you and the car behind is increasing by a significant amount each lap. Good job. This is your final lap of the race. Great drive. We did it. Good job.
So another excellent win from Prima. Davide, what do you think made the difference here?
This is why I love this sport. Their car dominates the track today. You could tell they went in full of confidence, with a clear strategy in place. They displays excellent knowledge of the track and made it count when it comes to some of those more tricky corners, allowing them to make huge gains on some of the less confident runs. I guarantee the fans will certainly be talking about today for a long time to come.
As we look back on a thrilling race here today, we can now see the drivers take their places on the podium. It's a familiar sight by now, as it's another successful F2 win for Prix. So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. Mick Schumacher takes the lead of the Drivers' Championship. And so, driver of the day then, Davide Valsecchi, who do you think you'd go for?
Difficult call, but I'd say Roy Nissany. He was committed the entire race, and it's paid off with the result.
After all this drama, you'd be mad not to join us for the next race. We hope to see you then. Take care.